Ben Bateman here, guys, for Black Hollywood Live in downtown Los Angeles at the Creative Arts Emmys Awards. I cannot tell you how excited I am to be here. We are going to talk to some composers for you, some producers, some showrunners, some guest stars. I have no idea who's going to win. Everybody's waiting on the gold, guys. Hang out with us. We're going to take you through the process. We'll see you on the other side. Ben Bateman here with Black Hollywood Live, talking to Bill Groom. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. So Boardwalk Empire. Now, this is a show that is incredibly accurate in terms of set design, everything, the feeling of the show.
We tried.
How much of that do you think, how much of that comes from in here for you?
Well, it's interesting because I had done a few period projects over the years, but I'd never done this particular period, and each period has its own, obviously, details and history, and all informed by culture and all of that, and technology, which is one of the big changes, really, from year to year. But the first season that I was on Boardwalk, I studied the period constantly. When I was at home falling asleep at night, when I got up in the morning, I was in the office till midnight many times, mostly doing research. And then at some point, you just start to have a kind of intuitive knowledge of it. You just have a feel for the period. So when you see something new, a director would turn to me and say, "Is this period?" And I would often say yes, and then run back to the office and make sure that I was right. Because you sort of begin to operate off of just a sense of the period when you do enough research on it.
We used to live in a world where HBO was all there was. That was the only one. They had every show. There's so much premium cable television nowadays. How does it feel to be involved in such a prominent show for HBO when you see AMC, you see Netflix, all these other networks coming out with such great content?
Well, it's great. I actually had done, in the beginning of my career, I was at Saturday Night Live for about 6 years. And then I didn't do television for many, many years. HBO, Boardwalk Empire, was the first television I had done in 25 or 30 years. So everything was film, and with the exception of 2 or 3 pilots along the way. But mostly it was a career that I felt was a film career. And I met the team, the producing team from Boardwalk. They called, they were interested in interviewing me, and we just kind of hit it off, and I really felt like it was something that could be exciting, and here I am. So I'm very glad that I made that choice.
How do you think Steve Buscemi rates as one of the defining voices on production you've been involved in? Well,
he's a great guy, and he's a neighbor, actually. I mean, so many of the people in Boardwalk Empire lived in Brooklyn. It's actually, Brooklyn's filling up with movie stars now. So one of the director-producers has now moved down the street from me. Brooklyn's become this little creative kind of community. And
yeah, there's so many cute coffee shops and wonderful bakeries, Red Hook and whatnot. I love your bow tie here. I wish I had been so clever with mine to come up with something like that.
I'm just trying to live up to the title, so I'm not nearly as clever in my personal life.
You got it, man. You have a contrasting collar. I didn't do that. I love it. Hey, thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you.
Congratulations. That does it for the 67th Annual Creative Arts Primetime Emmy Awards. We talked to some awesome people today. Hopefully the right people walk away with it after the show. We talked to Chris Hardwick, Barry McCreary. We said hi to Heidi Klum. Anyway, thanks for stopping by, guys, and we'll see you next year.